Hey out there. I'm going to take you on a tour of a house I checked out yesterday. First, let me show you a picture off of Zillow. It'll give you the stats as far as how many bedrooms, baths, things like that. All right, so that's the house. Catches your eye. I mean, it did me. It looks kind of stately. It looks kind of drab, like coat of paint and some like pops of color will really bring it out. I wasn't even going to make the video though because the price $579 is so outrageous. I was going to say it was high, but it's outrageous in my opinion. I think 2.5 years ago that house would have went on the market for $325. I think. So when I see $579, there's no way the sellers are going to ever accept my offer of $400. Wasn't going to make the video, but then I spoke to somebody this morning. Thomas, I don't know if you go by Thomas or Tom, but shout out. Tommy, the contractor's son. And I was leaving the job site. Tom, the contractor, has a ongoing job, so I went over to take a look at it. Granite's going in, the cabinets look amazing, the flooring looks great over there. And as I was leaving, I was talking to Thomas, and Thomas said, hey, I watched your video and it pumped me up. Somebody watched my video and got pumped up? Well, that pumped me up. Because, man, I'd love to get like 1 million subscribers or 1 million views on my videos. However, reality is, if one person says, hey, listen, I got something off your video, Harry, I'm making more videos. So I was talking to Thomas this morning. Thomas said, well, what do you think about like buying a duplex or so? And I said, that's a fantastic idea. It's a great idea. If I had to do it all over again, the first thing I would do is buy a multi-unit and live in one of the units. Then after a year, I would move and go find another place to buy. And I would rent the unit out that I was living in. I would refinance that original place and take the equity out so that I could purchase my next place. Now you have positive cash flow on the first place that you bought and you're in a second place. All you're doing is duplicating the process over and over. If you did that once a year or once every other year in like 10 years, and this is not lip service, you could probably not have to worry about working anymore. Or you could just keep on doing it and become a gazillionaire if you did it right. So I wasn't going to post this video, and then I talked to Thomas, and then I realized I'm going to post a video because this house you couldn't see in that picture is really considered a multi-unit with the 2-bedroom apartment downstairs. Let me give you a tour of the house, and then I'm going to give you my take on numbers and everything else at the end. And you might be surprised. That's like the carrot, so you have to watch the end of the video. So this is the house. It's on a single or double yellow line. However, it's pretty rural out here. Right? Here's the road I'm on. Little circular driveway. Just wanted to give you an idea. Let's go take a look at the rest of it. I gotta tell you, I mean, it needs some sprucing up. I'm not in love with this brick exterior or concrete exterior. I think it's listed as like hacienda style. I'm not in love with it, right? However, it's pretty stately. That's the 1,000 square foot garage back there that's detached. Let's see what the inside looks like. I want to see if this sits on 2.46 acres, so I want to see what the backyard looks like. If it's level, if you can use it, what it's like. Check out this front door. Kind of unique, right? I just did a quick walkthrough just to make sure no one was in here living. It was going to be a surprise to you. Let's just say that this house needs a little bit of renovating. I'm only laughing because it's not to probably, no, it might be to the degree I'm used to. There's a lot of interesting features. So you go over, you come in through the front door, you come over to the left. It's like a little separate wing over here, and you got 3 bedrooms, I think. So this is 1 bedroom. I think the shag's gonna have to go. All right, so I'm always looking at a house as if I'm gonna be renovating it and flipping it or renting it. So these are the 3 bedrooms on this side of the house. Actually, I'm sorry. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. A wooden toilet seat. When was the last time you saw that, huh? A splinter in your butt? So this is the one side of the house. I'm trying to figure out what was the original and what was an add-on. Just not really that sure. This is the living room. Try not to say anything negative about the house, but it needs a lot of work. This is the kitchen. So complete new kitchen is needed. This back room is another, I guess, living room. I'm not showing you all the different features of the back here. So they got beams up in here. The ceiling's kind of low, but it is interesting, especially with the fireplace. We're gonna go upstairs in a second. You come over, you got the kitchen over here. What kind of work would you do in here? You would gut this thing and you would make a whole new kitchen, depending on how you configured it. And you come back into this back room. So obviously new floors throughout. There's a step up right there. It's baseboard heat. This I'm trying to figure out was probably the original part of the house, and they added this stuff in here. It was probably really small to begin with when it was originally built. And then this is I don't know, I guess a sunroom back here. The property is what caught my eye earlier, so I gotta get outside and take a look at the property and that garage back there. But before I do, I think it's 2.5 baths. This is the half bath. I'm laughing because of how small that is. That's like tiny house bathroom. Where do you even get a sink that size? Oh, it's got a basement. Watch your step. You don't want to hit your head or fall down these stairs. The basement, it seems like it's dry. I mean, I don't smell any serious mold, but the dehumidifiers over here are saying that it could get wet down here. I'm not really sure where that door goes to, but it's locked, so it's probably an entrance. Maybe it's a walkout, which is great. You could turn this into I guess a living room. And then there's a almost bath down here, bathroom. So looks like the plumbing's all already down here. Sump pump. Like I said, everything looks dry. This indicates that it's possibly on a septic with well water. I'm not sure. I didn't go into detail when I spoke to the realtor on the phone. This is the new addition on the house, and I mean, everything looks like it's in order. So let's take a look outside and see what the property looks like. So I'm outside. This is the back of the house. I'm not sure what the original footprint was, but looks like there was a couple additions. You see that little area over there by the shrubs or whatever you want to call it over there? That's enough access to make a driveway to come up, because then you'd be able to enter this big old thing. And in the back, there's a structure. It's not all boxed in, but you get the point. So this is what drew my attention to the house. I forget what I said, 2.34, 2.36, something like that, acres. Problem is that hill right there, usable land. You can cut this back and get a little bit more land, but it's not as appealing as what it sounded. If it would have been level, it would have been a lot more appealing. That's the road I was just on. Nice and quiet. It feels like you're in the country back here. All right, let's see what the inside of the garage looks like. So if you're watching another video, so you know I love garages and basements. And this is no exception. I don't know how high the ceilings are in here. It's a corrugated metal. So I'm sure it's very cold in the winter. But still, it's weatherproof. This is nice. They say 1,000 square feet. I owned a house in, well, I didn't know. I rented a house in Arkansas that was like 450 square feet. So this is 2 times the size. It's kind of nice. It's a drive-through. So I mean, you can enter in at this door and then drive your vehicle right out that door. So that's the door that was in the basement that's locked. I almost forgot. I went to go leave, and then I remembered the other thing that caught my eye was there's a 2-bedroom apartment that's attached. So let me show you that. So that you can get a
idea of what I'm talking about, this is where I pulled up. Those are the stairs that I went up to the main house. And this downstairs is set up as a separate living area, which was the other reason why it caught my eye. So you come in, you got that's the basement door that I just showed you. So you could get into the separate living area from the main house, going through the basement, which is nice. You got this is kind of a tight bedroom. I mean, it's small. What is it? I don't know, 8 by 10. You got a nice sized closet, kitchen. You can put a little table over there. A little living area right here. That's another entrance. That's the way that I came in. It's on the side of the house. You got the bathroom over here. And then you got the back bedroom here, which is just about as tight, with another exit if you want to go right out this room. And then you got the ground level right there. That's where I said the driveway can go up to that garage. So, it does have a couple of appealing aspects. The separate living area, the size of the land, where it's at, I mean, nice and private. It's got a lot of work that's required though.
So it didn't sound like I was that enthusiastic about the house. I pictured it as if I was buying it as an investor. And as an investor, I take a bunch of different things into consideration. The carrying cost, the higher interest rate, the higher down payment I'd have to come up with, and it just wasn't going to work for me. And it came through in the video. And for that, I guess I have to apologize. Let me make believe I'm going to go in there as an owner-occupant. And I'm going to say, hey, listen, $575 is still too expensive. Can I get it for $5? I'm going to try to get it for $5. Can I get it for $5? I might be able to get it for $5, maybe $5.25. I'm not going to go into all the details as far as the math and the numbers because my brother-in-law, Ken, he watched one of my whiteboard videos with all the math and stuff, and he said that is not sexy. I think he said that. And I got to tell you, I want to come across as being sexy with my white t-shirt on and holy pants. Anyway, I'm going to limit the amount of math and numbers. I'm going to give it to you straight just so you can see that even with today's higher prices, you could still make something work. In this particular house, I think you could rent that main house out. It's 4 bedrooms. I think you could rent that out for $3,000. It's a beautiful piece of property, even though the majority of the 2.5 acres you can't use. $3,000 upstairs. And that garage, although I'd want to keep it, if I was moving into it, it was like my first house or something like that, I'd rent out the garage too for at least $1,000. I just ran numbers with today's interest rates, including the taxes and insurance. I think you'd be all in for about $4,200 or $4,300 a month. Howdy, that's outrageous. $4,300 a month mortgage payment. Now, I don't know what kind of an accent that was, but it's fun. I like doing it. And whenever I do it with Diane, she says Anyway, $4,300. That does sound expensive, except if you get $3,000 from upstairs and $1,000 from the garage, you're going to be paying $200 to $300 per month. But wait, it gets better. You're going to get the appreciation on that house. In a year, it's going to be worth at least 3% more. I know Zillow is saying 10%, but let's just say 3%. That's going to be another almost $20,000 it's going to be worth. You're going to be paying $300 a month your portion. However, the tax breaks that you get are going to offset that. You're going to be living there for free. Now, in a year, you take off and you rent out the 2-bedroom apartment downstairs. How much can you get for that? I think you can get like $1,500. For 2-bedroom? Yeah, because there's nothing else on the market. So even in today's market, where the prices are so outrageous, if you really want something, you could really make that work. And then see what happens in a year and move to another place. Anyway, I hope that helps. And the next video I make is going to be more upbeat about the property I go and look at.